Okay, I'm going to show how to set up grading rubrics on discussion forums within Blue Line now. This is a step I'm going to do it on a couple of discussion forums I've already created. It's certainly something that could have been done right when I created the forum as well, but I thought it was easier to wait and do it afterwards. So I've got my existing discussion A here, which I'm going to click on settings so I can go back into those initial settings, the same things I did when I first set it up. And I'm going to go to assignment. This is where, if you've done it before, you can link things directly to the gradebook. Let me go ahead and do that. So I'm going to say new assignment. Normally it doesn't ask for the title. It's just going to take the existing title. I don't really have a category. I'm going to leave it in quizzes because that's what I have in this gradebook. The number of points possible, I could change that. Let's say I only want it worth 25 points. So that's how you set it up for the gradebook. That's really not what this is about. What I really want to show, though, is how to enable scoring rubrics. So I'm going to check the box, and as with, I think I showed another video, if I click on that, it is going to give me a little pop-up with some more information on this, but I'm going to go ahead and show you this. So the way it works is you specify what they have to do to achieve a certain grade. So in the sample I'm going to show, they have certain things they need to do. They need to do 1 post and 2 responses in order to get a passing grade. So it's basically pass-fail. So we're going to say they get 100% if the number of posts, and that's going to be where they actually click on new posts, is greater than 0. Okay? You could also do equal, greater than, less than. Personally, I've had trouble with the greater than or equal, so I usually always do greater than. So if they need to have 1 post, anything greater than 0 meets that. Okay? But we also want them to have a certain number of replies. So I'm going to add another piece of criteria. And it already defaults to replies, but here are the different things I can actually pick from. So we're going to say number of replies needs to be greater than 1. Because again, we want them to have at least 2, and 2 is greater than 1. And there's no way to do 1.5 replies, so that does work for our criteria. Now, if, let's say you... well, this meets the goal of the assignment we're looking at. They're going to get 100% if they do this. If they don't, it's going to be a 0. You can also set in other ranges. Let's say that you'd give them a 90% if they did something else. You can say add new score and say they get a 90% and specify the other criteria here. Again, we're not going to do that because our sample, we're only concerned about the 100%. So I'll delete this criteria. So there we go. Let me go ahead. Oops, I think I've moved my box a little there. Let me save this and show you how it works. This is discussion A. And as a student, I've actually made 2 posts already. Well, not as a student, but I have. Let me show you then, as an instructor, where you would view these grades. If you go to Submissions, Grade Forum, you get this nice page here which shows you for each student in the class how many total posts, how many posts, how many replies, and how many peer replies. Peer replies are how many people have replied to me. And scoring rubric percent is a 0. I haven't met the criteria yet to get 100. I have 2 posts. I only need 1. I have 2, but I need at least 2 replies to get that 100. So let me actually jump to being a student. So begin preview. I'll be in that one, I guess, in that team. So in discussion A, I've already made my a couple posts in here. Let's do a couple replies. So I'll say reply. We'll call this reply 1. And if we were to go look at the grade right now, it should still be 0. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to, oops, that's not what I meant to do. I'm going to do yet another reply. So at this point, I should have met the criteria to get the 100%. Let's go see. So I'll jump back to being an instructor. We will go to the Lessons tab, go to Submissions for Discussion A, Grade Forum, And the suspense, yes, it worked. For me, I now have made 4 total posts, 2 posts, 2 replies. That meets the criteria of being at least 1 post and at least 2 replies. Therefore, the rubric gave me a 100%. Now, that grade will not automatically go to the grade book. You've got one more step. First of all, let me just say, you can also on this page click on someone's name and it pops up a new window, which I think you can see here, which will show all of those posts in isolation. So that's kind of a nice thing. You can kind of review to make sure they really didn't just write the word reply to like I did. Maybe you don't want to accept that. So at any rate, once you've done that, you can use this button here that says copy rubric scores to grades. And when you do that, if you notice, it copied the scores over here. This score, notice, is 25 because the assignment's out of 25 points. So 100% of 25 is 25. Everyone else gave a 0. I can also comment here. It still has not gone to the gradebook. To send it to the gradebook, then, I need to submit the grades. And this is where it gives you the opportunity to adjust the grade accordingly. So let's say that, oh, you know what, yeah, you did it, but you didn't really say anything, so I'm only going to give you 23 points. When I submit the grades, then, now it has gone to the gradebook. And if we go look at the gradebook, since we linked it to the gradebook, view all grades, and where am I? There it is. Discussion A, 23 points, 92% is what that ends up being. So there's how that works with the rubric for semi-automated grading of discussion forums.